So, I had a strained back for 3 or 4 months. I tried to pick up a trash can that was frozen to the ground, and I totally strained my back right at the hip, right at the base of the spine, and so that I couldn't walk for, I was bedridden for like 4 days. And then I could start walking, but I couldn't bend over. I was in pain. And there were times where I felt like I was going to collapse if I just walked incorrectly. Like at the base of the spine, right where everything connected, it felt like it was all, when it would hurt, I'd just collapse and I'd have to hold on to something. And this was going on for a while. And my job's pretty physical. Like I'm planting flowers and moving things, and I couldn't pick up anything. And this is going on for months, and I'm getting a little bit better so I could limp through life and cheat my way through stuff. And just recently, there was a prayer meeting from with the students at St. Francis of Assisi in Muncie, and there was a lot of prayer going on, and I was on prayer teams. I was praying for people, and it was good time. And I thought, well, you know what? I need to ask for prayer. And so one of my friends, Emily, uh, just normal person, solid in God, prophetic, and I'm like, Em, I need me a healing, so come on and pray for me. And honestly, I was expecting nothing, not because of Emily, but just I usually don't receive. It doesn't happen for me. I have her pray for me. She starts praying, and I feel like the tendons on my back, like where it all hurts, they start twitching a little bit. I'm like, not bad, and I'm like, that's interesting. And so there was no fire, there was no lightning, there was no nothing, just a little bit of twitching here and there. And she gets done, and I'm like, well, I feel better, and in that I feel like I'm not going to fall, and I'm not feeling really that weak. And then I'm like, I'm praying for maybe an hour or so or longer with students, and looking back on it, never once did my back feel weak, but I wasn't sure about it because it was just the pain kind of left. I'm like, huh. And so there was the end of the prayer meeting, and I'm like, I get a bunch more students, and I made sure it was the ones who don't usually pray for people, that aren't known for healing, that will pray in sincere faith. And there was a group of them, and one person, I don't exactly know who it is. I think I know, but their hand was hot. And I'm like, uh-oh, okay, I know what this is. And I'm like, I didn't start praying in tongues. I didn't like, I receive, I receive. I simply, in my mind, I go, okay, I'm going to do nothing and I'm going to receive. And I just let them do it and pray. And when they were done, it felt even more better. How's that? More better. It went from like a pain, like on Friday, today is Monday. On Friday, I was at a steakhouse waiting in line, and I would almost collapse just because if I stepped wrong, it was just that weak and painful. Saturday, went to the prayer meeting, and it was, oh, let me turn off this alarm. It went from collapsing to, okay, it's just like a mild ache. And then that was with Emily. And then after I had the group pray, I felt even better. And when I went home, this was the tester, and this was the moment I knew something cool had happened. When I had tossed and turned at night, it was agony. I couldn't. It was bad because everything would hurt because I needed to use those tendons and ligaments that were damaged. And when I tossed and turned, no pain. I was like, wow, I done got me a healing. It was so cool. And today at work, I'm moving, kind of slow and cautious, but I'm not worried about tearing the healing. The tendons or ligaments. I'm not worried about collapsing. I'm stretching a lot, and I'm taking care of my body. But a healing from the students at St. Francis of Assisi. Thanks, guys. You totally rock. Yay, God. And thanks. Yay, God, and catch you later.